You have arrived at this moment for a reason. Perhaps you've been searching, perhaps you've been struggling, or perhaps something deep within you simply knows that tonight is different. Tonight, you're not just going to sleep, you're going to plant new beliefs into the most fertile ground that exists, your subconscious mind during the sacred hours of rest. I'm Dr. Bruce Lipton, and I want you to know that what you're about to experience isn't just relaxation or meditation. This is cellular transformation. This is the moment when your biology becomes your biography, when your beliefs literally reshape the architecture of your neural pathways, and when the quantum field responds to the coherent signal you're about to broadcast from the depths of your being. Your brain right now is preparing for something magnificent. As you transition from the analytical conscious mind into the receptive subconscious realm, your neural networks become incredibly malleable. This is neuroplasticity at its most profound, not just the brain's ability to change, but its eagerness to reshape itself according to the new information you're about to provide. Think about this for a moment. Every night, as you drift into sleep, your subconscious mind processes the day's experiences, filing away memories, consolidating learnings, and most importantly, accepting new programming. But tonight, instead of random thoughts and unconscious patterns taking root, you're going to consciously direct this process. You're going to become the gardener of your own mental landscape. The ancient wisdom traditions understood something that modern neuroscience is now confirming. The boundary between sleep and wake is not a wall, but a doorway. It's a threshold where the impossible becomes possible, where the patterns that have defined your life can be gently dissolved and replaced with new, more empowering beliefs. Your nervous system is already beginning to shift. Can you feel it? That subtle softening around your eyes, the gentle release in your shoulders, the way your breathing naturally wants to deepen. This is your body's innate wisdom recognizing that it's time to receive, time to open, time to transform. What you believe about yourself at the cellular level is about to change, not through force, not through struggle, but through the gentle, persistent whisper of new truth spoken directly to the part of you that listens most deeply. Your subconscious mind doesn't judge whether these new beliefs are realistic or possible. It simply receives them as truth and begins the miraculous process of making them real in your experience. Tonight, as you allow these words to wash over you, you're not just hearing sounds or processing language. You're receiving new instructions for your genetic expression, new blueprints for your cellular behavior, new commands for your electromagnetic field. This is how transformation really works, not from the outside in, but from the inside out. From the quantum level of pure possibility into the manifest reality of your daily experience. Imagine, if you will, that your subconscious mind is like a vast hidden garden. This garden exists in the space between your thoughts, in the pause between your heartbeats, in the sacred silence that emerges as consciousness shifts into its deeper frequencies. This garden has been growing your entire life, sometimes wild and untended, sometimes carefully cultivated by your experiences and beliefs. Every thought you've ever thought, every emotion you've ever felt, every story you've ever told yourself about who you are, these have all been seeds planted in this hidden garden. Some have grown into beautiful flowers of possibility and joy. Others have grown into thorns of limitation and fear. But here's what I want you to understand. Gardeners can choose what they plant. Your brain, from a biological perspective, doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you imagine yourself as confident, successful, loved, and powerful, your neural networks fire and wire exactly as if these experiences were happening in physical reality. This is the secret that mystics have known for millennia, and that neuroscience is now proving. Imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions, but it's also the mechanism by which those attractions are created. In this hidden garden of your subconscious, the soil is always fertile, always ready to receive new seeds. The challenge for most people is that they keep planting the same old seeds, the same old thoughts, the same old beliefs, the same old stories about what's possible for them. But you're here because you're ready to plant something new. As we move deeper into this experience together, I want you to feel yourself becoming the conscious gardener of your own mind. Feel yourself gently removing the weeds of old, limiting beliefs. Feel yourself preparing the soil of your consciousness to receive new, more empowering truths. Feel yourself selecting the most beautiful, life-affirming beliefs to plant in the fertile darkness of your subconscious mind. Your brain is designed to prune away unused neural pathways and strengthen the ones you use most frequently. This is called synaptic pruning, and it's happening right now as you listen to these words. The old pathways of limitation, doubt, and fear are beginning to weaken. The new pathways of possibility, confidence, and trust are beginning to strengthen. This isn't metaphor. This is biology. Your neurons are literally rewiring themselves based on the thoughts and beliefs you're entertaining right now. The proteins in your brain are being synthesized in new configurations. The myelin sheaths around your nerve fibers are being restructured to support new patterns of thinking and being. In your hidden garden, time moves differently than in the waking world. A single moment of genuine belief can undo years of conditioning. A single image held with emotional intensity can override decades of programming. This is the power of working with your subconscious mind during these liminal moments between wake and sleep. What happens in your brain during sleep is nothing short of miraculous. As your conscious mind steps aside, your subconscious takes center stage, and this is when the real magic of transformation occurs. During the various stages of sleep, your brain cycles through different brainwave frequencies, each offering a unique window of opportunity for neuroplastic change. As you drift from beta consciousness, the rapid analytical thinking of your waking hours, into alpha frequencies, your critical faculty begins to relax. This is the gateway state, where your subconscious becomes increasingly receptive to new information. It's like the difference between trying to plant seeds in concrete versus planting them in soft, tilled earth. In theta frequencies, the deep, dreamy state you're entering now, your brain produces different neurochemicals. The pineal gland releases melatonin, but more than that, it opens pathways for what can only be described as quantum communication between your conscious intentions and your cellular reality. This is when your beliefs quite literally become your biology. Your hippocampus, the seahorse-shaped structure deep within your temporal lobe, is particularly active during these transitional states. This is your brain's chief architect of memory consolidation and learning. As you absorb these new beliefs tonight, your hippocampus is encoding them not just as information, but as lived truth, as cellular memory, as the new foundation upon which your identity will be built. The reticular activating system, your brain's filtering mechanism, is also being recalibrated. This network of neurons determines what you notice and what you ignore in your environment. As you install new beliefs about what's possible for you, your RS will begin highlighting opportunities, synchronicities, and resources that support these new beliefs. It's as if you're upgrading the software that determines what you perceive as real. But perhaps most remarkably, during these deep states of consciousness, the default mode network in your brain, the network associated with your sense of self, your ego, your story about who you are, becomes less active. This creates space for a new story to emerge, a new identity to crystallize, a new version of you to be born from the quantum field of infinite possibility. Your glymphatic system, the brain's cleaning mechanism, is also more active during sleep. As toxins and metabolic waste are flushed from your neural tissues, old patterns of thinking are literally being cleaned out to make room for the new. This is why people often report feeling clear and renewed after a night of transformation. The blood-brain barrier becomes more permeable during certain sleep stages, allowing the new neurochemicals produced by your changing thoughts and emotions to penetrate deeper into your neural tissue. This is how beliefs become biology, how thoughts become things, how the invisible realm of consciousness interfaces with the visible realm of matter. Before we can plant new beliefs, we must create space for them. Just as a gardener clears weeds before planting flowers, we must gently release the mental patterns of the day that no longer serve your transformation. This isn't about judgment or force. It's about conscious, compassionate release. Feel yourself beginning to let go of the identity you wore today. The personality you presented to the world, with all its habits and reactions, was simply a role you played. But you are not your role. You are not your habits. You are not even your history. You are the consciousness that has the power to choose new thoughts, new beliefs, new ways of being. As you breathe out, Imagine releasing the electromagnetic signature of who you were today. With each exhale, old patterns of stress, worry, and limitation are leaving your field. Your nervous system is downregulating from the sympathetic activation of daily life into the parasympathetic state of rest, repair, and regeneration. The analytical mind that worked so hard today, calculating, comparing, judging, and planning, this mind is now gently stepping aside. It served you well in the world of form and function, but now you're entering the realm of pure possibility, where different laws apply, where the future is not bound by the past. Feel the weight of your concerns dissolving, not because they're not important, but because from this deeper state of consciousness, solutions become available that the worried mind could never access. From this place of inner stillness, inspiration flows, intuition speaks, and the next right action becomes clear. Notice how your body is naturally releasing the tensions of the day. Your muscles are softening, your breathing is deepening, your heart rate is slowing. This is your body's wisdom preparing you for the sacred process of inner renewal. Every cell in your body is shifting from protection mode to growth mode, from surviving to thriving. The thoughts that circled through your mind today like well-worn grooves in a record, these patterns are now being interrupted. The neural networks that fired in the same sequences hour after hour are now being given permission to rest, to reorganize, to form new connections based on new information. This is the space of pure potential. This is the place mystics have called the void, the gap, the pregnant darkness from which all creation emerges. In this space, you are not limited by what was. You are not bound by what seemed possible based on past evidence. You are free to dream new dreams, to believe new beliefs, to become new versions of yourself. Beyond the realm of your physical senses lies an invisible field of pure potential, the quantum field that underlies all of reality. This field is not empty space, but rather the fullness of all possibilities existing simultaneously. It's the place where your consciousness interfaces with the creative force of the universe itself. Modern quantum physics tells us that at the most fundamental level, reality is not made of particles, but of probability waves. Infinite potential waiting to collapse into specific experiences based on observation, intention, and consciousness. You, as a conscious observer, are constantly collapsing these waves of possibility into the reality you experience. But here's what most people don't realize. Your subconscious beliefs act as the lens through which you observe reality. They determine which possibilities you perceive, and therefore which realities you collapse into existence. Change your beliefs, and you literally change the universe you inhabit. As you rest here in this receptive state, you are not separate from this quantum field. You are an extension of it. Your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions are ripples in this field, sending signals that draw certain possibilities toward you while pushing others away. The universe is not neutral. It's constantly responding to the vibrational frequency of your beliefs. Feel yourself dissolving into this field of infinite possibility. Your physical boundaries become soft, permeable. Your sense of separation from all that you desire begins to fade. In this quantum realm, there is no distance between your dreams and their fulfillment, no time between intention and manifestation, no difference between the dreamer and the dream. This is where miracles are born, not as violations of natural law, but as expressions of laws we're only beginning to understand. In the quantum field, healing happens instantaneously, abundance flows effortlessly, love connects souls across impossible distances, and consciousness creates matter through pure intention. Your DNA is not fixed code, but dynamic, responsive blueprint that changes based on your beliefs and emotions. In the quantum field, genetic expression shifts to match your highest vision of yourself. Cells that were aging begin to regenerate. Systems that were stuck begin to flow. Energy that was blocked begins to move. The zero-point field, the fundamental energy that exists even in the vacuum of space, is not empty, but teeming with virtual particles popping in and out of existence. Your consciousness can influence this field, drawing from it the energy, information, and resources needed to manifest your new reality. Your breath is the bridge between consciousness and matter, between intention and manifestation. Each breath you take is not just an exchange of gases, but an opportunity to inhale new possibilities and exhale old limitations. Let your breathing become conscious, intentional, creative. As you breathe in, imagine inhaling pure life force energy from the quantum field. This energy carries within it the blueprint of your highest potential, the vibrational signature of who you're becoming. Feel this energy entering not just your lungs, but every cell in your body, awakening dormant potentials, activating sleeping genes, igniting new patterns of health, abundance, and joy. Your breath creates a rhythm that your neural networks entrain to. Slow, deep breathing activates the vagus nerve, shifting your entire nervous system into the parasympathetic state where healing, learning, and transformation occur most readily. This is the physiological foundation for the psychological and spiritual transformation you're experiencing. With each exhale, release the electromagnetic charge of old emotions that have been stored in your tissues. Anger, fear, sadness, disappointment. These emotions create specific brainwave patterns and neurochemical cascades that reinforce limiting beliefs. As you breathe them out, you're literally changing your internal environment from one that supports old patterns to one that supports new ones. Feel your breath moving not just through your respiratory system, but through your entire biofield, the electromagnetic field that extends beyond your physical body. This field carries information about your state of consciousness, your beliefs, your intentions. As you breathe with awareness, you're programming this field with new information, new frequencies, new attractional signatures. Your breathing is creating space between your thoughts, and in these spaces, new possibilities are being born. The pause between the inhale and exhale is the space of pure potential, the gap where transformation occurs, the doorway through which your new reality enters your experience. Ancient yogis called this pranayama, the extension of life force through conscious breathing. They understood that breath is the mechanism by which consciousness interfaces with matter, by which the invisible becomes visible, by which dreams become reality. You are engaging in this sacred practice now, using your breath to weave new patterns in the fabric of your being. Each breath is a prayer, a declaration, an act of creation. You are breathing life into new beliefs, new possibilities, new versions of yourself. Your respiratory system becomes a sacred bellows, fanning the flames of transformation, oxygenating the fires of your evolution. Beliefs are not just thoughts. They are the architectural blueprints from which your reality is constructed. They operate like invisible software programs running in the background of your consciousness, automatically filtering information, interpreting experiences, and generating responses that align with their core assumptions about what's true, possible, and safe. At the quantum level, beliefs are standing waves in consciousness, stable patterns of electromagnetic activity that create coherent fields of probability. These fields act like strange attractors, drawing experiences, opportunities, and circumstances that match their vibrational signature. Change the belief, and you change the field. Change the field, and you change what you attract. Your subconscious mind, where your deepest beliefs reside, processes information at incredible speed, approximately 40 million bits per second, compared to your conscious mind's 40 bits per second. This means that 99% of your mental processing happens below the threshold of awareness, guided by beliefs that were often installed before you had the capacity to choose them consciously. But here's the profound truth I want you to understand. Beliefs are not permanent structures. They are patterns of neural activity that exist only as long as they're being reinforced. Stop reinforcing an old belief, and it begins to fade. Start reinforcing a new belief, and it begins to strengthen. This is the malleable nature of your neural architecture. As you rest in this receptive state, your belief structures are incredibly flexible. The critical faculty that normally guards the gateway to your subconscious is relaxed, allowing new information to pass directly into your deepest programming levels. This is why these moments of transition between wake and sleep are so powerful for transformation. Feel the architecture of limitation beginning to dissolve. Those rigid structures of I can't, it's not possible for me, I don't deserve. These are not truths about reality, but simply well-rehearsed neural patterns that can be rewired. In their place, new structures are forming. I am capable. All things are possible. I deserve love, abundance, and joy. Your beliefs about yourself create your self-image, and your self-image creates your reality. As you install new beliefs tonight, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're renovating the very foundation of your identity. You're becoming architecturally aligned with success, happiness, health, and fulfillment. The new beliefs we're installing tonight are not wishful thinking or positive affirmations trying to override negative programming. They are foundational truths about your nature as a conscious being with infinite creative potential. They are remembrances of who you really are beneath the layers of conditioning and limitation. Your cells are not just biological machines. They are conscious entities that store memory, respond to emotion, and participate in the creation of your reality. Every cell in your body contains the same DNA, but different cells express different genes based on the signals they receive from your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. This is epigenetics, the science of how environment influences genetic expression. When you hold a belief consistently, it creates a cascade of neurochemicals that travels through your bloodstream to every cell in your body. These chemical messengers don't just carry information, they carry instructions for how your cells should behave, which genes to express, which proteins to manufacture, which functions to emphasize or suppress. Beliefs of limitation create stress chemistry, cortisol, adrenaline, inflammatory markers that signal to your cells that the environment is dangerous, resources are scarce, and survival is uncertain. Under these conditions, your cells redirect energy away from growth, repair, and optimization toward protection and conservation. But beliefs of possibility, abundance, and love create entirely different chemistry. Serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins that signal safety, abundance, and opportunity. Under these conditions, your cells thrive, regenerate, and express their highest potential for health, vitality, and function. Tonight, as we install new beliefs, we're literally changing the chemical environment that bathes every cell in your body. Your cellular membranes are becoming more permeable to nutrients and less permeable to toxins. Your mitochondria are producing more energy. Your immune system is strengthening. Your nervous system is optimizing. The memory stored in your cells is not just biological, but biographical. Your cells remember every significant emotional experience, every trauma, every moment of joy or fear. These cellular memories continue to influence your present experience until they're consciously updated with new information. As you absorb these new beliefs, you're overwriting old cellular programming with new instructions. Cells that have been expressing genes of limitation are switching to genes of potential. Tissues that have been holding patterns of stress are releasing into patterns of flow. Organs that have been functioning in survival mode are shifting into thrival mode. Your cellular memory is being upgraded from stories of what happened to you to visions of what's possible for you. Your cells are learning to expect health instead of disease, abundance instead of scarcity, love instead of loneliness, success instead of struggle. Your subconscious mind doesn't speak in words. It speaks in images, emotions, symbols, and felt sensations. It doesn't process logical arguments or rational explanations. It responds to the language of experience, the vocabulary of vibration, the grammar of genuine feeling. This is why affirmations often fail when they're spoken without emotional engagement. Your subconscious mind doesn't believe what you say. It believes what you feel. It doesn't respond to what you think, it responds to what you embody. The key to subconscious reprogramming is not repetition but resonance, not frequency of words but depth of feeling. As we work together tonight, every new belief we install will be encoded not just as information, but as experience. Your subconscious will receive these beliefs as memories of things that have already happened, as cellular knowledge of who you already are, as vibrational truths that resonate in every fiber of your being. The images your mind creates while absorbing these beliefs become the blueprints for your future reality. Your subconscious mind is incredibly literal. It will work to manifest exactly what you show it through your inner vision. This is why visualization is so powerful when combined with genuine emotion and clear intention. Your emotions are the language of creation. They are electromagnetic signatures that broadcast your internal state to the quantum field. Joy, gratitude, love, and excitement are not just pleasant feelings. They are creative frequencies that attract experiences matching their vibrational signature. Feel your subconscious mind beginning to resonate with new possibilities, like a tuning fork that starts to vibrate when it hears its matching frequency. Your deepest programming is aligning with the truth of your infinite potential. Old patterns that don't match this new frequency are naturally falling away. The symbols and metaphors that emerge in your consciousness during this process are your subconscious mind's way of communicating back to you. Pay attention to these images, not with your analytical mind, but with your intuitive knowing. They are messages from your deeper wisdom about the transformation that's already underway. Your subconscious is like a perfect recording device. It doesn't judge or edit the information it receives. Whatever you consistently feel and imagine becomes its truth about reality. This is both the challenge and the opportunity of conscious evolution. In the darkness of your inner world, in the rich soil of your subconscious mind, we are planting seeds of transformation. These seeds are new beliefs, new possibilities, new ways of seeing yourself and your potential. Like all seeds, they carry within them the complete blueprint of what they will become. The darkness of your unconscious is not empty or void. It is pregnant with potential, fertile with possibility, rich with the nutrients needed for new life to emerge. This darkness is creative, generative, alive with the possibility of rebirth. It is the womb of consciousness from which your new self will be born. Each new belief we plant tonight is a seed of light in this fertile darkness. These seeds don't need to be forced or pushed. They need only to be placed in the right environment with the right conditions, and they will grow naturally according to their inherent design. The conditions for growth are simple: receptivity, patience, trust, and consistent nourishment. Your relaxed, open state provides the receptivity. Your willingness to let go of old patterns provides the space. Your trust in the process provides the water. Your continued practice provides the nourishment. Some seeds will sprout quickly, showing signs of growth in your life within days or weeks. Others will germinate slowly, developing strong root systems in the darkness before emerging into the light of manifestation. Trust that every seed planted tonight is perfect, necessary, and exactly what your soul needs for its evolution. Feel these seeds of new belief taking root in your consciousness. Feel them drawing nutrients from your life force, growing stronger and more vibrant with each breath you take. Feel them beginning to sprout new possibilities, new opportunities, new ways of being in the world. Your subconscious mind is the perfect gardener. It knows exactly how to nurture these seeds, how to protect them from the harsh winds of doubt, how to provide them with exactly what they need to flourish. You don't need to understand the process. You need only to trust it. In time, these seeds will grow into mighty trees of manifested reality, providing shade and shelter and fruit for yourself and others. What you plant in darkness tonight will become the light you shine in the world tomorrow. Every atom in your body is vibrating at specific frequencies, creating the electromagnetic signature that is uniquely you. This signature broadcasts continuously to the quantum field, attracting experiences, people, and circumstances that match its vibrational tone. As your beliefs change, your vibration changes. As your vibration changes, your reality changes. The old you vibrated at the frequency of your limitations, your fears, your doubts about what was possible. This frequency was like a radio station broadcasting a specific program, and the universe responded by sending you experiences that matched that program. But tonight, you're changing the station. Feel your vibrational frequency beginning to shift. Old patterns of dense, heavy energy are being released. In their place, lighter, higher, more refined frequencies are emerging. This is not just metaphor, this is physics. Your electromagnetic field is literally restructuring itself based on the new information you're receiving. Your heart, which generates the strongest electromagnetic field in your body, is beginning to beat in coherent patterns that reflect your new beliefs about yourself and your possibilities. This coherent heart rhythm creates a cascade of positive physiological changes throughout your entire system. Your brain waves are synchronizing into new patterns that support creativity, intuition, and expanded awareness. The chaos and incoherence of worry and stress are being replaced by the ordered flow of confidence and trust. Your nervous system is remembering its natural state of ease and grace. Every cell in your body is adjusting its vibrational frequency to match your new beliefs. Cells that were vibrating at the frequency of lack are shifting to abundance. Cells that were resonating with fear are tuning to love. Cells that were aligned with limitation are recalibrating to possibility. This vibrational shift is not something you need to force or manufacture. It's the natural result of new beliefs taking root in your consciousness. Like a flower naturally turning toward the sun, your entire being is naturally aligning with the higher frequency of your true potential. As your personal vibration shifts, you'll notice that your external reality begins to shift as well. People will respond to you differently. Opportunities will appear seemingly from nowhere. Synchronicities will multiply. This is not luck or coincidence. This is the universe responding to your new electromagnetic signature. Who you think you are is not who you really are. The identity you've carried through life, with all its stories, limitations, and learned helplessness, is simply a collection of neural patterns that have been reinforced through repetition. But patterns can be changed, stories can be rewritten, and identities can evolve. Your old identity was formed largely through unconscious programming, messages from family, culture, media, and past experiences that told you who you were supposed to be, what was possible for you, and how you should relate to the world. Much of this programming was installed before you had the capacity to question or choose it consciously. But consciousness has the power to dissolve unconscious patterns. Awareness has the ability to update outdated programming. The part of you that observes your thoughts is greater than the thoughts themselves. The part of you that witnesses your identity is more fundamental than the identity itself. Feel your old identity beginning to dissolve like salt in water. The rigid boundaries of "I am this kind of person" or "I can't do that" are becoming fluid, permeable, changeable. You are not your history. You are not your limitations. You are not your past failures or successes. You are the consciousness that has the power to choose new experiences. As these old patterns dissolve, space is created for a new identity to emerge. An identity based not on past conditioning, but on present potential. Not on learned limitations, but on inherent capabilities. Not on who you were told to be, but on who you choose to become. This new identity is not something you need to construct or manufacture. It's something you need to uncover and remember. Beneath all the layers of conditioning lies your true self, your authentic nature, your unlimited potential. This is who you're becoming. Not someone new, but someone more true. Your new identity vibrates at a different frequency than your old one. It carries different assumptions, different expectations, different relationship with possibility. From this new identity, actions that once seemed impossible become natural. Goals that once seemed unreachable become inevitable. Feel this new identity settling into your consciousness like a perfectly tailored garment. Feel how natural it is, how right it feels, how aligned it is with your deepest truth. This is not who you're trying to become. This is who you already are, finally free to express itself fully. Your heart is not just a pump. It's an intelligent organ with its own neural network, containing approximately 40,000 neurons that communicate directly with your brain. When your heart and brain achieve coherence, when they synchronize into harmonious rhythms, you enter a state of heightened creativity, intuition, and manifestational power. This coherence creates what researchers call the zone or flow state, a condition of optimal performance where impossible things become possible, where solutions appear effortlessly, where you feel connected to something greater than yourself. In this state, your personal electromagnetic field expands and becomes more coherent, broadcasting a clear signal to the quantum field. As you rest here in this receptive state, your heart is naturally beginning to beat in coherent patterns. The chaotic rhythms created by stress, worry, and fear are smoothing out into the flowing patterns of peace, trust, and love. This is not just relaxation. This is optimization of your biofield for maximum creative potential. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that is 60 times stronger than your brain's field and can be detected several feet away from your body. When this field is coherent, it acts like a powerful radio transmitter, broadcasting your intentions, desires, and new beliefs into the quantum field of all possibility. Feel your heart opening like a flower, expanding its electromagnetic embrace to encompass not just your body, but your entire energy field. Feel this field growing stronger, more coherent, more powerfully attractive to the experiences and opportunities that match your new beliefs about what's possible. The ancient tradition spoke of the heart as the seat of the soul, the center of wisdom, the portal between the personal and the transpersonal. Modern science is confirming what mystics have always known, that the heart is indeed an organ of perception, capable of receiving information from the quantum field before the brain processes it logically. In the space of heart-brain coherence, miracles become natural. Healing accelerates, manifestation flows, synchronicities multiply. This is not because you're doing something extraordinary, but because you're aligning with the natural laws that govern the interface between consciousness and reality. Trust your heart's intelligence. Trust its capacity to guide you toward your highest good. Trust its ability to attract what serves your evolution and deflect what doesn't. Your heart knows the way even when your mind doesn't understand the path. You are not just flesh and blood. You are a dynamic electromagnetic field, constantly interacting with other fields, constantly broadcasting and receiving information at frequencies beyond the range of your physical senses. This biofield extends several feet beyond your physical body and carries the signature of your consciousness, your emotions, and your beliefs. When your electromagnetic field is coherent, when its frequencies are harmoniously aligned, it becomes incredibly powerful. Like a laser beam that focuses scattered light into concentrated energy, a coherent biofield focuses scattered potential into manifested reality. This coherence is what creates the magnetic presence that some people naturally emanate. The beliefs you're absorbing tonight are not just changing your thoughts. They're restructuring your electromagnetic field at the quantum level. Old patterns of electromagnetic activity that supported limitation are being dissolved and replaced with new patterns that support expansion, growth, and abundance. Your nervous system is the hardware through which your electromagnetic field operates. As your beliefs change, your neural networks reorganize, creating new pathways for electromagnetic energy to flow through your body. These new pathways support new possibilities, new behaviors, new ways of interacting with reality. Feel your biofield expanding, becoming brighter, more coherent, more powerfully attractive. Feel old patterns of electromagnetic static being cleared from your field. Feel new patterns of clear, strong, purposeful energy establishing themselves in every cell, every organ, every system of your body. Your electromagnetic field doesn't exist in isolation. It's constantly interfacing with the larger field of consciousness that connects all things. As your personal field becomes more coherent, you naturally align with higher frequencies of possibility, opportunity, and support from the universe itself. This alignment is not something you achieve through effort. It's something you allow through surrender. Like a radio tuning into a clear station by releasing static, you align with your highest potential by releasing the electromagnetic interference of doubt, fear, and limitation. When your field is aligned, you become a magnet for miracles. When your field is aligned, you become a magnet for miracles. People are drawn to your energy. Opportunities appear in your path. Resources flow toward you effortlessly. This is not luck or coincidence. This is the natural result of electromagnetic coherence attracting experiences that match its frequency. Your DNA itself responds to your electromagnetic field. Genes that were dormant begin to activate. Cellular functions that were suppressed begin to optimize. Your body literally reshapes itself to match the new electromagnetic blueprint you're creating through these transformed beliefs. The Earth itself has an electromagnetic field, the Schumann resonance, that pulses at approximately 7.83 Hertz. When your personal field aligns with this planetary frequency, you feel grounded, centered, connected to the natural world. You become a conduit for Earth's healing energy to flow through you and into whatever you touch. Feel yourself synchronizing not just with Earth's field, but with the cosmic frequencies that govern creation itself. Feel your electromagnetic signature becoming a harmonic of the universal symphony, a note that adds beauty and coherence to the grand composition of existence. While you rest here in peaceful receptivity, a silent revolution is occurring within every cell of your body. This revolution is not violent or disruptive. It's a gentle transformation, a cellular awakening, a biological renaissance happening at the most fundamental level of your being. Your cells are intelligent. They listen to every thought you think, feel every emotion you experience, and respond to every belief you hold. When you believed in limitation, your cells expressed genes of constraint. When you worried about scarcity, your cells conserved resources. When you feared the future, your cells prepared for danger. But now, as new beliefs take root in your consciousness, your cells are receiving entirely different signals. They're hearing messages of abundance, safety, possibility, and love. In response, they're expressing different genes, producing different proteins, creating different chemical environments within their membranes. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, are increasing their energy production. Your telomeres, the protective caps on your chromosomes associated with longevity, are lengthening. Your stem cells, your body's repair and renewal system, are becoming more active and effective. This cellular transformation is happening not through external intervention, but through internal revolution. Your consciousness is the revolutionary leader. Your beliefs are the new constitution, and your cells are the enthusiastic citizens embracing the new order of health, vitality, and unlimited potential. Feel this revolution spreading through your body like dawn breaking across the landscape. Feel your immune system strengthening, your nervous system optimizing, your endocrine system balancing. Feel every organ remembering its perfect function, every tissue reclaiming its natural vitality. Your cells are not separate from your consciousness. They are expressions of it. As your consciousness evolves, your cells evolve. As your beliefs expand, your cellular capacity expands. As your spirit soars, your biology soars with it. This is the marriage of spirit and matter, consciousness and form, possibility and manifestation happening within your own body. You are becoming the living proof that consciousness creates reality, that beliefs become biology, that transformation is not just possible, but inevitable when aligned intention meets receptive matter. In the quantum realm, time is not linear but multidimensional. All possibilities exist simultaneously in what physicist Hugh Everett called the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. Your future self, the version of you that has already achieved everything you desire, exists right now in another probability thread of the quantum field. Tonight, we're not just installing new beliefs, we're integrating with this future version of yourself. We're collapsing the wave function of possibility into the particle reality of present experience. We're bringing the consciousness, the energy, the vibrational signature of your fulfilled self into your current moment. Feel your future self beginning to merge with your present awareness. This version of you carries all the qualities you desire: confidence, abundance, love, health, purpose, joy. Feel these qualities not as distant goals but as present realities. Not as things you will become but as aspects of who you already are. Your future self achieved everything they achieved because they believed what we're helping you believe tonight. They felt what we're helping you feel right now. They embodied what we're helping you embody in this moment. The bridge between who you are and who you're becoming is consciousness itself. In this integration, you're not losing who you are. You're becoming who you've always been beneath the layers of conditioning and limitation. Your true self has always been whole, abundant, loved, and powerful. The journey is not about becoming someone new, but about remembering someone eternal. Feel the wisdom of your future self flowing into your present consciousness. Feel their confidence becoming your confidence, their clarity becoming your clarity, their magnetism becoming your magnetism. Feel the gap between desire and fulfillment, collapsing into the singularity of present moment awareness. Your future self is not somewhere else in time. They are somewhere else in consciousness. As you shift your consciousness to match theirs, you shift your reality to match theirs. As you think their thoughts and feel their feelings, you step into their timeline of experience. This integration is happening at the quantum level, in the field where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Your DNA is receiving new instructions. Your neural networks are forming new patterns. Your electromagnetic field is restructuring itself to match the signature of your fulfilled self. There is a frequency that opens all doors, dissolves all resistance, and allows miracles to flow effortlessly into your experience. This is the surrender frequency. Not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of trust. Not the letting go of your dreams, but the letting go of your need to control how they manifest. Surrender is often misunderstood as passivity or giving up, but true surrender is the most powerful force in the universe. It's the frequency at which water carves canyons through solid rock, at which seeds split open to become mighty trees, at which consciousness transforms matter through pure intention. When you surrender your need to figure out how your dreams will manifest, you open space for the universe to manifest them in ways more beautiful than you could have imagined. When you release your attachment to specific outcomes, you become available to outcomes that serve your highest good, even better than what you originally desired. Feel yourself beginning to vibrate at this surrender frequency. Feel your grip on outcomes softening. Feel your trust in the process deepening. Feel your resistance to the unknown dissolving into curiosity and excitement about the surprises the universe has in store for you. This surrender is not passive. It's actively receptive. It's not weak. It's confidently strong. It's not giving up. It's opening up to possibilities beyond what your limited imagination could conceive. It's the frequency at which miracles become natural, at which magic becomes ordinary, at which the impossible becomes inevitable. Your ego mind wants to control, to plan, to figure everything out in advance. But your soul knows that the most beautiful experiences in life come through surrender to something greater than personal will. Your soul trusts the intelligence of the universe to orchestrate perfect timing, perfect people, perfect circumstances for your highest evolution. Feel this surrender frequency resonating through every cell of your body. Feel it releasing tension you didn't even know you were holding. Feel it opening channels for abundance to flow that were previously blocked by the need to control. Feel it aligning you with the effortless flow of universal support. In surrender, you don't lose your power. You plug into the power of the entire universe. In surrender, you don't lose your will. You align your will with the will of creation itself. In surrender, you don't lose yourself. You find your true self that was always connected to the infinite. Your DNA is not a fixed blueprint, but a dynamic, responsive library of potential that changes based on your beliefs, emotions, and environmental signals. Scientists have discovered that less than 2% of your DNA codes for proteins. The rest, once called junk DNA, is now understood to be regulatory sequences that determine which genes get expressed and which remain dormant. Your beliefs are the master switches that determine which genetic programs run in your cells. Beliefs of limitation activate stress genes, inflammatory genes, aging genes. Beliefs of possibility activate regeneration genes, creativity genes, longevity genes. Tonight, as you absorb new empowering beliefs, you're literally rewriting your genetic expression. Epigenetics, the study of how environment influences gene expression, has shown us that identical twins with identical DNA can have completely different health outcomes, different personalities, different life experiences, based solely on differences in their beliefs, emotions, and lifestyle choices. You are not a victim of your genes. You are the author of your genetic destiny. Feel your DNA responding to these new beliefs like a symphony orchestra responding to a conductor. Genes that have been silent for years are beginning to play their instruments. Cellular programs that support health, creativity, abundance, and joy are coming online. Your genetic potential is being activated through the power of conscious belief. Your DNA contains not just biological information, but what Russian scientists have called phantom DNA, quantum information patterns that can be influenced by consciousness, intention, and coherent electromagnetic fields. This phantom DNA is the interface between your spiritual essence and your physical form. Ancient traditions spoke of dormant potentials within human beings, abilities to heal, to manifest, to transcend ordinary limitations. These traditions were pointing to genetic potentials that lie sleeping within your DNA, waiting for the right signals to activate them. Those signals are being sent right now through your transformed beliefs. Your pineal gland, often called the master gland of the endocrine system, is particularly responsive to belief-induced changes in brain chemistry. As your beliefs shift, your pineal gland produces different hormones and neurotransmitters that cascade through your entire system, activating genetic programs that support your new reality. Feel your DNA awakening like a flower opening to the sun. Feel dormant genetic potentials stirring to life. Feel your cellular intelligence remembering capabilities you never knew you had. You are not just changing your mind. You are literally evolving at the genetic level. Thoughts are not ephemeral wisps of mental activity. They are structured patterns of electromagnetic energy that create standing waves in the field of consciousness. When thoughts are repeated consistently and charged with emotion, they form crystalline structures in your neural networks, becoming the foundation upon which your reality is built. The new thoughts we've been cultivating tonight are forming these crystalline structures in your consciousness right now. Like sacred geometry organizing itself in perfect mathematical precision, these thought forms are creating templates for your future experiences, blueprints for your emerging reality. Each empowering belief you've absorbed has created nodes of coherent energy in your biofield. These nodes act like tuning forks, resonating with similar frequencies in the quantum field and attracting experiences that match their vibrational signature. Your thoughts are literally becoming magnetic attractors for the reality you desire. Your brain's neural networks are crystallizing around these new patterns of thinking. Synapses are strengthening, myelin sheaths are thickening, and new neural pathways are forming to support these empowering beliefs. What began as possibility is becoming probability, and probability is becoming certainty. Feel these crystalline structures of empowered thinking establishing themselves in your consciousness. Feel how solid they are, how permanent, how unshakable. These are not temporary positive thoughts. These are fundamental shifts in your mental architecture that will influence your experience for the rest of your life. The geometric patterns created by coherent thoughts mirror the geometric patterns found throughout nature. The spiral of galaxies, the hexagonal structure of crystals, the golden ratio in flowers and shells. Your thoughts are organizing themselves according to the same universal principles that create beauty and order throughout the cosmos. These thought crystals are not static structures, but dynamic, living patterns that continue to grow and evolve. Each time you align with these empowering beliefs, each time you act from this new understanding of yourself, you add more energy to these structures, making them stronger and more influential in your life. Your consciousness is like a master architect, and these crystallized thoughts are the blueprints from which the universe constructs your experience. The clearer and more coherent these blueprints are, the more precisely the universe can manifest them in your physical reality. As this sacred night of transformation draws to its completion, you stand at the threshold of a new beginning. Like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis, you are being reborn from the cocoon of your old limitations into the wingspan of your infinite potential. Tomorrow morning, when you wake, you will not wake as the same person who went to sleep tonight. The cellular revolution that has taken place during these hours of receptivity has fundamentally altered who you are at the deepest levels. Your DNA has been activated, your neural networks have been rewired, your electromagnetic field has been recalibrated. The beliefs that once defined your limits no longer exist in your consciousness. In their place, new beliefs that reflect your true nature as an unlimited being of creative potential have taken root. These beliefs will continue to grow stronger each day, manifesting as new opportunities, new relationships, new possibilities that were invisible to your old way of seeing. Your future self has integrated with your present consciousness. The confidence, wisdom, and magnetism that once seemed to belong to someone else now flow through your being as naturally as breath flows through your lungs. You have become who you were always meant to be. Feel yourself resting now in the completion of this transformation. Feel the deep satisfaction of a caterpillar that has successfully navigated its metamorphosis. Feel the quiet joy of a seed that has grown into the tree it was always destined to become. Feel the profound peace of a soul that has remembered its true nature. As you prepare to enter the deepest levels of sleep, know that your subconscious mind will continue this work of transformation throughout the night. Every dream you dream will reinforce these new beliefs. Every cycle of sleep will deepen these new patterns. You will literally dream yourself into your new reality. When dawn breaks, you will rise as a new creation, not because you have become someone different, but because you have finally become authentically yourself. The masks of limitation have fallen away. The costumes of inadequacy have been discarded. The true you, in all your power and glory, is free to express itself fully in the world. This is not an ending, but a beginning. This is not the completion of your transformation, but the commencement of your true life. You are being born tonight into a reality where miracles are natural, where abundance flows effortlessly, where love surrounds you always, where your highest dreams manifest with surprising ease. Rest now in the certainty that everything is changing in your favor. Rest in the knowing that the universe is conspiring to support your highest good. Rest in the trust that your new reality is already forming in the invisible realms and will soon become visible in your experience. Sleep deeply, transformed soul. Dream beautifully, evolved consciousness. Wake tomorrow as the magnificent being you have always been and are now free to become. The seeds have been planted. The transformation is complete. Your new life begins now.